Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Nation's Leaders from Coast to Coast podcast, where we spotlight political figures shaping America's narrative coast to coast. I'm Stephen.
And I'm Leah. Today we're turning our attention to Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley, a steadfast conservative, a champion of government accountability, and the longest-serving Republican currently in the Senate.
Born on September 17, 1933, in New Hartford, Iowa, Charles Ernest Grassley grew up working on his family farm. That rural, hands-on upbringing shaped not just his work ethic, but his political priorities for decades to come. He earned both his bachelor's and master's degrees in political science from the University of Northern Iowa, then known as Iowa State Teachers College.
Before jumping fully into politics, Grassley worked in manufacturing and also taught at a community college. But in 1959, at just 25 years old, he was elected to the Iowa House of Representatives. He served there for 16 years, then transitioned to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1974. 6 years later, he won election to the U.S. Senate, where he's been serving ever since.
Throughout his Senate career, Grassley has held key leadership roles. He chaired the Senate Judiciary Committee, the Senate Finance Committee, and most recently, served as president pro tempore. That role placed him third in line to the presidency, a historic moment as he became one of the oldest senators ever to hold that title.
What sets Grassley apart is his commitment to transparency and oversight. He's known as a watchdog, often pushing federal agencies to be more accountable. He's a longtime advocate for whistleblower protections and government reform, and he's led investigations into waste, fraud, and abuse across both Republican and Democratic administrations.
Grassley's also a vocal proponent of fiscal responsibility, agricultural policy, and tax reform. In recent years, he's taken on issues like prescription drug prices, foreign trade policy, and antitrust law. And despite his age, he still completes the full Grassley every year, visiting all 99 Iowa counties to meet with constituents face-to-face.
Online, Senator Grassley has developed something of a cult following for his quirky and often cryptic tweets. From reporting deer deaths on Iowa roads to tweeting about his daily workouts at 4 a.m., his social media has earned him a reputation as Washington's most unexpectedly charming curmudgeon.
But make no mistake, behind the dry humor and plain speech is a legislative heavyweight. Grassley's influence on judicial nominations, tax policy, and government oversight has shaped national policy for decades. His bipartisan relationships and willingness to buck his own party have helped him maintain respect across the aisle.
So whether you see him as a principled conservative, a folksy Iowan, or a Senate institution, Chuck Grassley remains one of the most enduring and intriguing figures in American politics.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of the Nation's Leaders from Coast to Coast podcast.
Have a great day. And remember, this is an AI-generated podcast from pointedwords.com. See you next time.